Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss about the family Convolvulaceae. See, the family Convolvulaceae, it is known as a sweet potato family. So basically we are familiar along with this family which is known as Convolvulaceae. So let's see. In this topic we are going to discuss about the classification of the family, introduction, vegetative characters, reproductive characters, the floral formula, floral diagram of the family Convolvulaceae, and distinguishing characters of the family. So first we see the classification of family Convolvulaceae. So this family, it belongs to kingdom Plantae because they are the chlorophyll bearing plants. It belongs to subkingdom Tracheophytes because the vascular system, it is well developed in this family. It belongs to division Angiosperms because they show presence of double fertilization. The ovules are enclosed in ovary wall. Then this family belongs to subdivision Eudicots. Then this family belongs to class Astraids, and the reasons for that are presence of alternate leaves. Then they belongs to order Solanans. So basically the flowers which are present under this order, they are funnel shaped, or we call it as an infundibulum type. That's why this family members, they are included under the order Solanans, and the family is Convolvulaceae. So this is the classification of family Convolvulaceae. Now moving towards next, we are going to discuss about the introduction of that family. So see that this family, it is known as a sweet potato family. In day-to-day life, we are going to use the potatoes or the underground tuberous plant. So the family of that one, the family is known as family Convolvulaceae. In earlier days, this family shows presence of 55 genera and 1650 species, which are distributed in tropical, subtropical and temperate regions of the world. While this family in India, it is represented by a total of about 20 genera and 177 species. But according to current situation of the species or genera which are occurring, according to current data, the family Convolvulaceae shows presence of 57 genera. Means earlier, this family shows presence of 55 genera, but according to the current classification, this family shows the presence of 57 genera. So see that this family Convolvulaceae, it shows the presence of 57 genera which are distributed to tropical, subtropical and temperate regions of the world. Then this family, it shows the presence of total of about 3625 species, but out of them only 906 species they are accepted by. So according to the current status of family Convolvulaceae, it shows the presence of total of about 57 genera and 906 families which are distributed all over the world. Then see that these are the various genera which are belonging to the family Convolvulaceae. So basically we know the genera which is more dominant, that is Convolvulus, Cuscuta, we know that, then Brevia, then uh, Argeria. So these are the most common genera which are belonging to this family. Then Evolvus, Ipomia, Lepidostemon, Meremia. So these are the common genera which are belonging to the family Convolvulaceae. See that one. So these are the total 57 genera which are included under the family Convolvulaceae. Now moving towards next, we are going to discuss the general characters of the family. And as we know that the general characters, they are going to divide it into two types, that is the vegetative characters and reproductive characters. So under the vegetative characters, we have to study the habit, root, stem and leaf. Under the reproductive characters, we have to study the type of inflorescence, about the flowers, calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium, and fruit and seed. So all that characters we have to study. So let's we start from the vegetative characters. So under vegetative characters, first come habit. So see that if we observe the family Convolvulaceae, so it is the combination of all the habits. So see that the members which are occurring under the family Convolvulaceae, they are herbs also, shrubs also. Some of the genera, they show presence of climbing habit. Some of them, they are hydrophytic one, which can live inside the water, and some of the members, they are parasitic one. So let's see that basically the genera which are herbaceous under the family Convolvulaceae, for example, that is Convolvulus and Evolvus. Then shrub and climbing species which are occurring under this family, for example, they belongs to genus Ipomia and Argeria. Some of the members, they are xerophytic also, which are occurring in this family. Then some of the members, basically the species, that is the species which is belonging to the genera Ipomia, that is Ipomia aquatica. So this is the plant which is belonging to the family Convolvulaceae. It is one of the aquatic plant which is found under this family. That's why we call that plant as an hydrophytic one. Then one of the member which is belonging to this family, that is the Cuscuta. So this is one of the parasitic plant which shows presence of Hausturia, and it can acquire its food material from the surrounding plants, okay, or the plants on which the Cuscuta can grow. So this is about the habit. So basically this family, it is the combination of all habits, basically the herb, shrub, climbers. Some of them, they are hydrophytic and parasitic plants also. Now moving towards next, see that the different habits of the plants which are belonging to the family Convolvulaceae. So see that this is one of the plant which is aquatic one, which grows along the coastal areas or seashores or the places which are moist one. See this one. This this is one of the climbing species. This is one of the shrub species which is occurring under the family Convolvulaceae. See this one. This is the Cuscuta plant, which is one of the parasitic member which is belonging to the family Convolvulaceae. The next about the root, see that it is one of the dicot plant. So basically the type of root system which is observed under this family, it is the taproot system. But basically if we observe the plants like Ipomia batatas, so they show presence of taproots, but they are a highly branched one. Then if you observe this Cuscuta plant, so for the absorption of nutrients from the host plant, so it shows the presence of Hausturia. So this is the variation inside the roots of the family Convolvulaceae. Then moving towards next, that is the next vegetative character, the stem. So if you observe the stem which are observed under the family Convolvulaceae, so basically they are erect. In some of the members, see that those members which are aquatic one, so for them the stem is prostrate one, okay. Then mostly the stem is herbaceous, it is not woody. Then the stem is cylindrical branch, it may be solid or a fistular type. In some of the members, basically the Ibomia batatas, they show presence of tuberous rhizomatous stem. Then basically the members or some of the species which are belonging to the genera Ipomia and Cuscuta. So in that members, if we observe the stem, so the stem is twinning one, it is herbaceous one. Okay, so this is about the stem which is observed under the family Convolvulaceae. Then next, if we observe the leaf patterning or the variations of the leaves which are observed under this family, so see that the important character under this family is that the leaves are exstipulate. They show presence of petiole, that's why they are petiolate. If we observe the phyllotaxy of the leaves, so the leaves are basically alternately arranged, that's why they are included under the order rosettes. Okay, then the leaves are simple one. In some of the members, they are palmately lobed, uh, or they are palmately divided one. For example, Cumosite pinnata. So this is one of the member in which the leaves are palmately lobed one. Then or pinnately divided. Some of the leaves, they are unicostate or multicostate one. The meaning of unicostate is that they show presence of only a single vein. The veins are not laterally divided further. And multicostate means they show presence of more than one vein, which shows the presence of reticulate venation. So this is about the leaves which are occurring under the family Convolvulaceae. That is, the leaves are exstipulate, petiolate, having the alternate phyllotaxy. Leaves are simple. In some of the members, they are palmately or pinnately divided one. They may be unicostate or multicostate. They show presence of reticulate venation. If you observe the margins of the leaves, so the margins, they are entire basically, and in some of the member, the margins are lobed one. So see here, these are the palmately compound leaves which are observed under the family. So see that this is one of the member, we call it as an cumosite. So if you observe the leaves of this genera, so they are basically needle-like leaves. The leaves are very linear one, and see that this is the variation in the leaves which is occurring under the family Convolvulaceae. So the leaves are linear one, cordate one. See here the patterns of cordate, then palmately compound leaves. See here trifoliate leaves. So these are the different types of patterns of the leaves which are occurring under the family Convolvulaceae. Then moving towards next, that is the reproductive characters, and under the reproductive characters, the first one is inflorescence. So the basically the type of inflorescence which is observed under this family, it is either solitary or a cymose type of inflorescence is observed under this family. Then basically if the flowers are solitary, they are growing basically in the axils or in the axillary position. For example, the genus Convolvulus and Evolvus, they show presence of solitary axillary type of inflorescence. See here, this is one of the member which shows the presence of cymose type of inflorescence, where the young flowers, they are present. See here, if you observe the flowers of this family, see that one, they show presence of infundibulum type of corolla, or you can say that they are funnel shape. This we called it as an cymose type of inflorescence, where older flowers, they are present at the apex and young flowers, they are present at the base. Then next we have to discuss about the flowers. So see that whatever the type of flowers which are present under this family, so basically the flowers are bracteate, they are bracteolate, they show presence of bracteole. If you observe, see that they show presence of stalk, that's why the flowers are pedicellate one. Then the flower shows both the sex organ, that is androecium as well as gynoecium, that's why the flowers are complete bisexual. Then if you cut that flower in any plane, it will divides into two equal parts, that's why the flower is actinomorphic one. Basically the flowers are pentamerous, or very rarely they are tetramerous. About the position of this flower, so basically the flowers are hypogynous, and see that the flowers they are funnel shaped. If you observe this one, so see that the flower is basically funnel shape, or you call it as an infundibulum type. See here the different types of patterning of the flowers which are observed under the family Convolvulaceae. There might be a change in different patterning, different coloration, but one thing is common, that is the funnel shaped corolla. This is one of the common thing, and this is the distinguishing character of this family Convolvulaceae. Now moving towards next, that is the calyx. So if you observe the calyx which is present under this family, see this one. So basically the number of calyx, it is 5. Then they are free, that's why we called it as an polysepalous. But some of the genera they show presence of fused sepals, that's why they show presence of gamosepalous nature. Then see that whenever the flower, or you can say whenever there is a development of fruit, so even though the calyx fall cannot take place, so in this family the calyx they are persistent ones. So see this one, this is the fruit which get developed, and if you observe this one, see that this is the calyx. So the calyx they are persistent, and basically they show presence of imbricate phyllotaxy. So here you are going to observe that phyllotaxy clearly. So one sepal it is completely outside, one sepal it is completely inside, and all other remaining they are alternating with each other. So the calyx shows presence of persistent nature and imbricate estivation. Then about the corolla. So the number of corolla, see here, they are basically 5. They are fused one. Okay. That's why they show presence of gamopetalous nature, or we call it as an campanulate, or this structure we call it as an infundibulum type of corolla. Then basically if we observe the type of estivation, so it is maybe imbricate type or velvet type of estivation is observed in this family. Then about the androecium, so number of stamens, it is basically they are 5 in number. Then they are polyandrous, some of the members, or you can say that the anthers they are free one. Then they are epipetalous, means they are based on the petals. If you observe here, see that the filament it is attached to the anther at its dorsal side. So the anthers they are dorsifix, but in some of the members the filament it is attached to the base of anther, that's why they show presence of basifix nature. Then the anthers are diathecous, and they are androus one, means they are slightly bending towards the gynoecium. Then see that the gynoecium which is observed under this family, this is basically bicarpillary syncarpus. Okay, this is fused one. Then ovary is superior, and if you take the TS of that ovary, so you are able to see the exile placentation. So ovary is basically bilocular, the stigma is filiform and bifid. So this structure we called it as an bifid structure. So this is about the gynoecium. Then the type of fruits which are observed under this family, so they may be a capsule or berry type of fruit. See here, these are the fruits, and if you observe this one, so these are the calyx which we call it as an persistent one. See this also, In some of the members of the family Convolvulaceae, the calyx is very hairy. They show presence of white hairs. Okay, so the calyx, it is hairy one. See this one. This is also a type of fruit which is observed under the family Convolvulaceae. So if you observe here also, the calyx are persistent and the type of fruit is capsule or berry type of fruit. Then the seeds which are observed under this family, so see that these are the seeds, and basically the seeds are endospermic one. Then the floral formula, depending upon the characteristic features of this family, so see that the flowers, they are bracteate, bracteolate, actinomorphic, bisexual. The number of calyx is 5. They are free, and in those members, or in those genera which they are fused one, you have to draw here the bracket. Then the petals are usually 5, they are fused, that's why the 5 in the bracket. The number of androecium, it is once again the 5, and anthers, they are based on the petals. Okay, that's why we called it as an epipetalous. The gynoecium, it is a bicarpillary, and the ovary is superior one. Okay, gynoecium, it is bicarpillary syncarpus, that's why here the 2 is included under the bracket, and the ovary is superior, that's why this is the underline which is present below the G. The next, the floral diagram, so see that this is the bract, these are the bracteoles. So this is the calyx which is free one and shows the presence of imbricate aestivation, that is one sepal completely outside, one sepal completely inside, and these remaining 3, they are alternating with each other. Then the corolla, see here basically the infundibulum type of corolla, that's why they show presence of gamopetalous nature. Okay, and they show presence of either velvet or imbricate type of aestivation. Then the anthers which are present here, so anthers, they are, their number is 5, and they are based on petals, that's why we have to join that anthers along with that petals. And when you take the tiers of ovary, then you are able to see the structure like that. So this shows the presence of axile placentation. So this is about the floral diagram. Then see that what are the common plants belonging to the family Convolvulaceae, that is the Ipomea biloba, Cuscuta, Convolvulus, Argeria roxburghi, Argeria nervosa. This is one of the plant which can grow everywhere. Then Evolvus, Meremia. So these are some of the common plants which are belonging to this family. Now moving towards next, that is the distinguishing characters of the family. So see that the distinguishing character starts from the habit of the family. So see that the members which are observed under this family, they are herb species, shrub species, they are climbing xerophytic as well as xerophytic, hydrophytic as well as parasitic one. Okay, then the type of roots which are observed here, so basically the tap roots, in some of the members they are branched one, and the member like Cuscuta, it shows the presence of Posturia. Then about the leaves are exstipulate, they are petiolate. Basically the phyllotex is alternate, leaves are simple. Some of the members they show pinnately or palmately uh, compound leaves. Then the leaves are multicostate or unicostate. Then the type of inflorescence which is observed under this family, it is basically solitary or cymose type of inflorescence. Then the flowers which are observed under this family, they are bracteate, bracteolate, petiolate. Most important is that they are funnel shaped, actinomorphic, pentamerous or tetramerous, bisexual, and hypogynous. About the calyx, number is 5, polycephalous and imbricate aestivation. About the corolla, it is gamopetalous, campanulate type, shows presence of valvate or twisted aestivation. The number of stamens, they are basically 5, they are epipetalous. Then they show presence of disc at the base. Then ovary, it is basically bicarpillary syncarpus, ovary is superior, and the type of placentation is axile placentation. Then about the stigma is bifid. It shows the presence of disc below the ovary. The embryo which is observed under the family Convolvulaceae, it is basically curved type of embryo. Then the type of fruits which are observed in this family, they are capsule or berry type of fruits. So if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.